If you want to go and make money and you don't care about anything except making money, it is obvious what to build. It hasn't changed for 10,000 years. It's gambling or porn.
OnlyFans, the online British platform popular with sex workers and celebrities, is in talks to sell a majority. We've talked about OnlyFans a lot as a financial, because so interesting financially.
On air, you've talked to me a lot about OnlyFans in a financial context, let's say.
I've never used it.
Well, but you know what it is.
I know what it is.
It's a porn site. Almost certainly growing like a rocket.
Yeah.
Because it's porn. There is no cap on how fast porn can grow.
There's a cap. Like everything's got a cap.
Almost no cap. It's something to do with sex and something to do with easy money. That is how to make money in the world. Do you not agree with that? Those are the products that you can build. Gambling
I disagree.
Gambling has to be regulated, because if it wasn't, everyone would gamble away every cent of their money.
I disagree, because they're so commoditized, such commoditized areas now. It's so competitive, and you get a lot of smart people doing it.
I agree with that. It is competitive. But like, if you look at gambling businesses, like I think the way you know what people really want to do is it's the things that government regulates you from doing.
Yeah.
And like, gambling is heavily regulated and sex is heavily regulated. And that is because people would spend unlimited amounts of money gambling and on sex if they didn't regulate them.
No, I don't know. I think there's also morality that regulates it somewhat.
Well, I know there is, right? And so, but there are lots of things that are immoral that don't have to be regulated because nobody wants to do them.
Where I disagree is ultimately, talking about Jeff Bezos, your margin's my opportunity. If we see somebody making a win for a profit, competitors come in and try and starch out that margin. So maybe
I'm talking more about an industry as opposed to an individual business. But like, there are lots of things in this world that are immoral, and I'm not going to start listing them, but some of them you wouldn't have even thought of. And they don't have to be regulated because nobody wants to do them. Yeah. But the thing is, gambling is just, I don't have patience. I need money. I want to make easy money. That's gambling. So everyone wants to do that. That's regulated. And like, sex is like, that's mostly what people want to do. Like, from an evolutionary point of view, that when people say sex sells, what they mean is like evolution sells.
Yeah.
And so on both sides of that sex equation, people will do it unlimited. The other problem is how prepared people are. This is what I think is the crazy thing about the era we live in. So it's now super easy for predominantly women, not only women, but predominantly women, to sell some version of sex to the public through things like OnlyFans. It is shocking to me how many people are prepared to do that. And so I think that's the other reason that this is regulated, because people don't like the other side of the morality story either. But I'm shocked that thing is only selling for $5 billion. And the reason it's selling for $5 billion is not economic. It's to do with the stigma of what it does, right?
Stigma / risk.
What's the risk?
There's clearly regulatory risk. Like, there's the payments process shut them down. Like,
there's
elevated risk around this sort of
any government. This is my view on gambling and sex services. Any government that tries to ban a pseudo gambling platform that's widely used, or a pseudo porn platform,
which has just happened in the UK
used.
with I forget the Pornhub parent company, but they've taken all their sites offline.
Yeah,
in the UK.
That's not pseudo porn. I think OnlyFans is pseudo porn, in the same way that all these services where you buy X and then get entries into a raffle, that's pseudo gambling, right?
Yeah.
But it's super popular.
Yeah.
And so any government that tries to ban a very popular pseudo gambling or pseudo porn site, that government will not be re-elected. And so I think that's why these things are not being banned.